Okay, everybody, welcome back to my studio. I'm gonna say hi. I hope you can see me. I'm not sure about this level or whatever. Hope that you're all doing as well as possible. This video is to refresh your memory about doing applique in case you need it, and also to just show you some things about what's been happening in my studio with these applique. So I'm going to grab this camera and show you some things and then do a demo of the stitch. Okay, so let me grab this. Okay, so here you can see my applique squares. This is extra material I don't need, so here are two of them. And I think it's kind of interesting when you think about things going together or next to each other, the kind of arrangements that are possible. So if I was to actually move this like this, I could create another kind of an interesting pattern by having these two next to each other like this. Also, it might be interesting to do something like something totally different, like this, so that a design is going across horizontally here, but then vertically here. So you get the idea that even with a very, very simple shape, doing this idea of repetition with slight changes is really where it's at. I really like this sign. So anyway, I hope that you remember this from this semester. Okay, so I'm gonna set the camera back up and I'm gonna demo a couple things about stitches. All right, so going back over here. All right, let's hope this works. Here I go. Okay, so what I've done here is I've shown you the different, steps in this process. So the very first thing that you need to do is pin your applique together, okay? The second thing that you need to do, and you see how my pins are placed just randomly just to hold the material in place, that's all you need to think about. And then of course we do the basting stitch, which is this, and I'll just demo that. You pick a thread that is a contrast color to what you've got so you can see your basting, and you want your basting to be like about this far away from the edge, because remember that's going to help you actually with your applique stitch. And I'll show you again, the basting stitch is just large and loose, and you can even do something that's called loading the needle, which is do many stitches at once like this, large stitches and loose, and then pull through. So I'm just finishing this off for you so you can see. Again, large and loose, not being too precise, not worrying about it too much. Trying to keep a consistent distance from the edge, but again, not worrying about it too much. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this off. And you don't even need to knot it off. When you finish, you can just trail it off like that. Okay, so once one of your squares is basted, you can then pull out the pins, because when you're doing the applique stitch, you do not want to run into pins, and now you have a very, very nice soft surface to work with. So this is all basted and ready to go. Put this one away. So what I want to show you here is the applique stitch. You're going to need to select some thread that matches, and maybe I somehow lost the quilting thread that I need. Where is my quilting thread? Okay, so, oh man, I just had it. Okay, so pause a moment, and I'm gonna have to make a part 2. Okay, hold on.